Hello and welcome to an amazing podcast. This is D the Hurricane.
This is Modi the... What did I say last time? The Typhoon? I don't know what I said. Oh, I said the D something, but yeah, I'll say
The Forgetful.
The Typhoon. Yeah. Okay, next time I'm actually going to remember to come up with a nickname.
Mm-hmm.
This
Hold
is
you to it.
Matt, the global warming.
That's a good one.
The Global Warmer. And we are talking about episodes 3 and 4 of Trigun Stampede.
Oh, wait, we're
what
not
you
doing
guys
5?
think?
And
Wait, are we
five,
doing
and
5?
five,
All
too.
right, perfect.
Yeah.
Did you see 5?
Yeah, I'm up to date. I was just wondering,
Okay.
like, we're
Right.
always doing 2 episodes. I get sidetracked. Okay.
I mean, we could save 5 for next week if you really want to.
Nah, just do it.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, let's just do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Since we watched it already.
Mm-hmm. So, what you guys think?
I have so
I-
many notes, but go on, Woody.
Well, actually, yeah, why not? Why don't you go ahead first, Matt?
Okay, so I really like this show. I want to make this the first thing everyone gets in their head is that I really like this show. And that's why I have a lot of complaints coming up.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So that's my overall thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. My overall thoughts is kind of mixed feelings, but I think I might be souring on the show. I think you guys might convince me otherwise, though. We'll see.
I might agree with you in some aspects. That's the thing.
I'm kind of feeling so my current issues right now is it's an issue I've been having a lot with a lot of these 13 episode run shows is it feels like a lot's happening too soon.
It's only 13.
I think so.
Oh shit.
Chances are.
I feel like it's almost the opposite. Actually, okay, so I'll just get right into it. My main issue with this overall is knives.
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking
Knives
hate knives.
is
You
just-
go on. Sorry.
He's so cringe, man. He's so cringe. Like,
Are you saying the guy who's dressed
you
like a giant
so much.
sperm throwing a million knives around is cringe?
I'm so
Bro,
glad we agree on
bro.
this. I would have died if I had to fight you guys on how fucking cringe knives is. Oh my god.
he played his own theme music when he came in. He played his own theme music. I've seen WWE wrestlers who are like more humble than him. Like, it's just, it makes no sense.
I have a whole rant on knives, which we can do later, but
Yeah.
or unless you want me to do it now. But oh my, he
Go ahead.
is the biggest fucking problem with this show. I
I
hate him.
really agree. I
Unless
agree
they
so much.
later on they do something better with him, but he's just super generic. Doesn't fit with the tone of the rest of the show. He's too edgy without any
Yeah.
kind of self-aware. It's just boring. They should have chosen a villain that was a bit more grounded, and a bit more I don't know, emotionally complex, because honestly this just ruins any kind of potential juicy stakes we can get between knives and
I see what you did.
Vash. Did I? Okay, that was a mistake. But because when him just being generically evil, okay, it would have
the
been so
issue-
much cooler if Vash was part. I'm going to bring up Arcane because Arcane does the whole sibling thing where one turns evil, one turns good so much better because the characters make sense. They're not just fucking born evil and that's it. The things that we get to see happen to them make sense for their character. And also it's even more tragic when you realize that they've kind of made each other the way that they are. And that's where the tragedy comes. But here it's just he just has an evil brother. He just has an evil twin brother, and that's fucking it.
All right,
The
to
thing
argue with
is-
that, how many knives did Jinx have, okay? 2 at most. This guy has 1,000,000.
But the thing is, Matt, I don't even think it's as bad as you're saying. I don't think it's just that, oh, he's just evil and he was born evil. I actually think there's a reason and there's a whole backstory behind it. My problem is the fact that they're waiting so long to give it to us. I think that's the comparison you're making with Arcane is exactly the issue. In Arcane, they showed you right from the beginning. You understood the story, right? So the stakes were there when they acted in whatever ways they were acting. But here, Knives the stakes aren't there because we don't know why he's like that.
Yeah.
Maybe you're actually right. Maybe he is just pure evil, but I would be so disappointed. Like, that's me being optimistic, is thinking that they're saving his huge backstory for like the last episode or the second to last episode.
See,
and going by that assumption, I just really don't like that, because it's like, it takes away from everything he does. Just looks goofy if you don't know why he's doing it.
Right.
You know?
And that's the other thing. Like, my biggest issue with him is, the first thing is he is the most mustache twirling ass villain. Like, the only reason I'm sure like he doesn't have a mustache on him is probably because he twirled it the hell off, and he acts like he acts like he doesn't. He actually thinks he's like this super deep, like, philosophical villain, when this dude is just the biggest motherfucking edgelord. Like, no fully functional, well-adjusted adult names themselves Millions the Knives, okay? That sounds like a bad Sonic fanfic character.
Like, here's the thing with that. You can have, like, a villain who's, like, overly, like, pretentious and shit. Like, my main problem is that the show frames him as, like, this is a really serious and edgy moment. You guys better be paying... Because, like, you can have, like, a Disney villain, right? Where they're just, like... they're evil and they enjoy being evil, and like that's just like their character. That's fun. I'm fine with that, right? Or like even like a character who's like so fucking into themselves, but there needs to be like a smidge of like self like awareness in the show, or else it just comes off as like edgy like teen shit, and it just I have the same complaints about that weird fucking girl later on too. It's just like you're right that like maybe they do have a good reason for him being evil, but the way they're presenting it is so much less engaging, and like there's no fucking juicy tragedy in it. Like in Arcane, I think it would have been worse for the show if they were feeding us like episodes 1 through 3 through like weird flashbacks or like at the end or something. Like a lot of that drama comes between like we know who these people were as kids. We don't like know that, so it just comes off as cringy and dumb. I don't like it. Also, him being like it would have been so much better if we had like a villain who was just like more like I don't know, like combat skilled, or like it's just the knives stuff is cool. I just think it would have been. It's just like he's able to decimate anybody without like having to move, and I just don't feel like it fits very well with the whole like Western style of the rest of the show, I guess.
Yeah, like honestly, if he was a villain of the week kind of thing, I would be perfectly fine with that. But the fact that he's the big bad of this just makes it so much worse.
So even though overall I think he's cringe, I do want to say it's a maybe good thing, kind of a bad thing about him, I don't know, is the fact that he did have some moments that were actually like pretty terrifying. In episode 3, like when he was killing those people, I was like, whoa.
Yeah,
that's
like some
like...
Doc Ock moments. Yeah.
Exactly. He's like if Doc Ock and Voldemort had a space baby. Like that's who he is.
It was super cringe.
Also took all the worst elements of the two and combined them. But it does have the cool like fucking weird knife arms, and like it was like a genuinely like pretty like it was a cool sequence. It's just I fucking hate him though. So like it's so
I don't like him.
Yeah.
You see, okay, this is gonna be weird, but I feel like if there was less character in these moments, it would have been a lot more entertaining. Because if it was more ambiguous on, oh man, who is this guy? What's he capable of? Like if we never saw him like doing the piano shit at the very beginning, and we just like had him enter, and we had none of the like, big brother right. kind of stuff, like that would have been so awesome. But his personality just like, it feels like they made this moment so cool just to compensate for how his personality is.
I think I just figured out what the issue is. The issue is that he is he's not as I'm not gonna be able to explain this well. Never mind. Forget it.
He doesn't like his character doesn't feel as natural as Vash.
Yeah, like when you have the usually it's like when you have the mysterious character, like what they're trying to do, I think the way I see it is they're trading in like giving us the information about like himself and his backstory and like the stakes and all that. They're trading that in to build tension and mystery around who he is, what his grand plan is, and like, you know, everything around that. They want that to be like the thing that's like building and building and building towards the end. But the issue is, if you do that, the villain has to be way more mysterious than he is.
Yeah.
We know he's his brother. We know they have a history, and they're talking to each other every other episode. So it's like, you know, like it's if you're gonna do that, you have to actually keep him really mysterious. You know, you can't have him showing up playing Bach on top of a mountain. You know.
And not have him dressed like a freaking sperm. Oh my god, am I the only one who just is driven insane by that?
I don't know what you guys are thinking about. I wasn't thinking about sperm.
Like, he looks more phallic than those, like, space pods from, like, Man of Steel. Oh my god.
How the hell did they confuse Vash and Knives? Like, how do people conflate the two? They even look so different.
Yeah. I mean, one's a decent guy and the other one's a dick.
What did you guys think about the when Knives confronted Vash and like he put his finger on his gun and then he had like that weird flashback thing? Do you guys have any theories on like he was calling out like Nye or something? Do you have any theories on who Nye is? Right?
Or something.
They're doing something I really hate. Like, I've been kind of realizing I hate this more and more, but I hate it when the main character's a special chosen one. I would have liked it so much better if they were just both survivors of this shit, and they were just living in this world, and they just, like, grew up into their own, like, power sets. But the fact that, like, Vash is, like, the chosen space baby who's the grand ultra MacGuffin just drives.
Is that really what it is?
I feel like it is. If I had to like bet money, I feel like that is the kind of thing that it is.
I'm starting to see a lot more parallels with Dune then, because there's so much, especially like episode 4, the worm episode, that literally felt like I was just, you know, like it just felt like Dune completely. Yeah. So many things that are similar, and then now you're telling me that apparently it seems like maybe I just didn't catch it. I felt like they were talking about him like. Knives was talking about how he's like special and they need him for something. So I guess that's probably what it is. But yeah, now that I'm learning he's like a prophecy kid or something like that, that's like pretty much the main character of Dune too. So that's interesting.
I think it's the thing with a lot of anime though, is that like this character is super special and like more powerful than everyone else around the world, and they got
that's true.
Like their decision alone like impacts the entire world. It's like it's usually that way, and there's like a lot more anime shit that I've been noticing in these like past few episodes that are unfortunate.
Yes.
Even stuff like you're talking about the Dune thing is the fact that there's big like predator worms exist. Like the thing with Dune is that like the entire society is built around there being giant fucking sandworms that could like swallow you whole. Like there's a lot of world building that goes in to support that, like this is what like a society would look like who lives out in the desert, and they have a chance of just like walking too loudly and the thing like fucking eats them whole. This one, it felt like the worm just kind of came out of like, I would have appreciated more like I do like how they'll have stuff like in the previous episode the kid has like one of those like weird bug things and like that pops up later. But I don't know, that just made me think of like it is like stylistically copying Dune, but like none of some of the like more interesting parts of it.
Yeah, it definitely.
I feel like it's. I was just gonna say, I feel like it's. I don't feel like it has to necessarily. Be
it doesn't.
That,
it
like,
doesn't.
Deeper.
Yeah.
I can. I just see it as like a homage or something.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree. I think that was like less of a critique and more something I just like noticed that like it does have like bits of sci-fi here and there, but they're more so like kind of like cool homages, like you said.
Yeah.
I definitely will say, while I wasn't feeling a lot of the character choices for millions of not, God, that is such like there's like Vash Vash Stampede sounds cool, but like Millions the Knives. That is just so cringy. But
wait, is that how? By the way, do you watch the dub?
No, I need to though.
No,
there was someone who commented last week who said,
"Sorry, go on." They still say millions of knives in the anime.
Well, in the sub, I think they say millions. They say millions knives. I don't think they have the N, and I think that makes a difference because to me, million knives, or that sounds cool to me.
Honestly, if someone told you, if I was in this city and someone told me a dude named Million Knives destroyed your city, I would be so disappointed.
Really? I would look him. I would be like his first follower. I would seek him out.
I think the million number is what makes it ridiculous. It sounds like a fucking Borderlands villain or something. Yeah, it's like I am a million knives.
When I think
it sounds like a dude who's clearly trying to overcompensate for something.
You're right. You're totally right, because that's not a name that you come up with yourself for yourself. That's a name that other people come up with for you. The fact that he decided I'm going to call myself Million Knives.
You would have been cooler if he had like one knife, right? And he was able to take out an entire city with one knife, like Yondu style.
Oh man,
that would have been cooler. Yeah. And then if you call him one knife or something, right? Or just knife. Right,
one stab man.
when stab man, then there's how was he able to kill an entire city with one knife? Instead of well, yeah, of course he had a million floating knives. I could take over a city if I had a million floating knives.
Okay, the other thing that drives me crazy about him. I'm gonna try to stop complaining about this, but why isn't his entire costume made out of the knives? Because, there's a scene where after he did the big final attack to destroy the city, you just see, all the knives forming his suit before it turns into sperm again. And I'm just like, dude, that's so cool. Why? Why is he not, walking around covered in knives? That would have been such a better look.
It's funny how out of all the villains we've seen, he's my least favorite. And, he's the main one.
Speaking of which, what did you guys think about Easy Bomber?
Oh, fuck. I hate. Okay,
no.
Okay, sorry. I would have liked him if he was properly in the fucking show, because as it is, we ended up episode 2 where it's there's this secret bomber guy who killed, and then they just honestly they could have just cut him from the fucking episode and it would have been exactly the same. His contribution to the fucking plot was negligible. It just kills him off.
That's okay. So that goes to my main critique of him, which is right when they introduced him, I loved him. He seems like he would fit perfectly in Mad Max. Actually,
yeah.
But this dude, he's just hilarious, and he dodged a missile from behind. When he did that, I was like, okay, top 3 character already. Period. No discussions, right? And he was literally just rising the ranks very quick. Up until you find out that he's a simp for knives.
Yeah.
And after that, I was like, okay, all right, bro. All right, you suck. You're trash. And then he gets his arms cut off. He's like, all right, bye.
I wish the entire episode was just about him and we got the whole knife stuff as its own separate thing. Because he was, the villains of the week are the most fun villains in this show. Oh my god. Even, the bug lady was mildly entertaining.
Yeah.
I liked her outfit, I guess.
Oh yeah, me too. I also love Easy Bomber's big wheels. I mean, it's not called the bomb wheels. The bomber buggy.
I thought they were about to go on a whole arc where they try to find this inventor of bombs that's just been letting loose, but they're no, he's just over there.
Yeah, me too. That's what I thought too.
Okay,
he's right over there, that building, watching you right now.
And wide open too.
Yeah. He just runs away
yeah, no, Easy Bomber, I liked him up until I didn't like him.
Yeah.
What did you guys think about what's his name? Wolf? Is it Wolf? Wolfwood.
It was Nicholas D. Wolfwood.
Hold on. Before I get to Wolfwood, can we finish talking about... I have some other stuff to say about episode 3, which was my least favorite episode of the 5.
I feel that. I feel
like I really want them to play around with Vosh. I want them to really try to challenge Vash's philosophy a lot more than they do.
Yes.
Which like they would have made much better if like what happened to the town was like correlated to Vash's actions directly.
Yes.
Like maybe his pacifism, right, and his unwillingness to kill people is what led to its destruction. That way, we would be like, we understand where Vash is coming from and how he doesn't want to kill people, but like it is his fault that all this happened. That way, it would have been like good cause and effect to where this character makes decisions that seem like good at the time, but they have extreme consequences, and him having to like hold on to his philosophy causes him a lot of trouble, and it causes the people around him a lot of trouble. That would have been so much stronger than just like, oh, fucking edgelord God comes out of nowhere, pwns the entire fucking city, Jesus. And just like takes like everything. Like maybe if Knives wasn't so like super fucking powerful, right? And Vash had like so many options, like opportunities to kill him, and then Knives just like, I know you're not gonna fucking kill me because you're pussy or whatever, like, or some other way just to make it so that like it seems like Vash is like a really good guy, and like his pacifism makes sense for his character, but it's also like a big problem. So that way, like he would also have to like have that kind of conflict with himself. It's just annoying that we don't get that, because it seems like it's so obvious that they're fucking building to it, but it's not there.
Because that's so crazy that's like a legitimately like very good writing tip that honestly I'm surprised they didn't think of. Like that feels kind of basic, honestly. Yeah, not to bring it down. I think it's a good yeah.
It's like all of Game of Thrones, where it's like you have like that's all what Game of Thrones is you have a bunch of characters who are like behave the way they do because of like their surroundings, and every decision they make makes sense for their character, also leads to their deaths, so to where you can like pinpoint like all the mistakes they made. Like it's so sorry, go on.
Yeah, because the other thing is like, heck, do that. Like, because the nice thing is they're in this post-apocalyptic savage environment, and you could do the whole thing where it's like, yeah, the whole pacifism stuff works really well when you're alone, but when you have people relying on you in this world, and he's been going around doing this for like, what, a good 25 years, it could be really, that could have been something that would have been so nice to like mess around with.
But the writer makes the decision for him and be like, oh, his brother's super crazy, so it doesn't matter. Like, like, or he's like super powerful, so it doesn't fucking matter. You know who would have been a better like seasonal villain? I feel like Rollo would have been a better villain like for the season. Like instead of Knives, because like Rollo is direct like a result of Vash like leaving him and abandoning him, and like maybe his unwillingness to kill like this kid that he knew since he was like little like leads to people dying because like he is a threat and kills people. I think that would have been like a much better like way to make it so Vash is kind of responsible.
Because I think the biggest issue is Vash isn't guiding the plot very much.
Yeah, that's true.
Like he is like you said, he's a very passive reactionary protagonist, and that kind of drives me crazy because like even in the like fourth episode, like they have a really good setup where it's just like, okay, millions kidnapped, like stole the plan, and they have to like travel to find him to reclaim it before this village just dies off. That's a very good like journey kicker.
Plot. Sorry, go on.
Exactly, but the fact that like they approach it with like, oh yeah, everyone's dead, everyone's done, bye. It just drives me so crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, also, like, you might want to edit this out, but I forgot there was an episode 5, so I missed that one.
Oh, you so lied to us. You didn't see the 5th one?
No, you want to like just cover 4 and then.
I mean, we haven't got into 5 yet anyway, so that's fine.
Me talking about Rollo was the only thing that...
Yeah, you're good.
Rollo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, so did you not know about Rollo?
No, because my site, like, I did not get the update on that. Oh, well.
Okay. All right, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, yeah, we'll just keep...
I think anyone who's watching will be... have watched episode up to episode 5 anyway, since that's out, so I don't think it's a big deal. But also, you know what I just realized? Anyone who's watching, no one is still going to be watching up until this point. Oh. Because anyone who's seeking out a review of Trigun likes Trigun, and they're not gonna watch 20 minutes of people shitting.
No, okay, I'm doing this out of love.
Yes.
You guys need to understand that I really like this show, which is why I'm incredibly fucking hard.
Same.
Yeah.
I didn't give Bleach this much like critical analysis because like what the fuck do I talk about? Whereas like this one, it's like there's so much good stuff that I have to talk about the stuff that annoys me too, because I'm like fully engaged with this. I shouldn't have to like stress about how much I love the animation. It's so good.
Yeah, the animation is so beautiful. Like, it's so consistent. Every character moves like their personality, like, dictates. Yeah. They're not just, like, standing in one static, like, default pose. They're all, like, emoting. Everyone has, like, their own unique movement style. Like, Meryl... What was it? What's her name? Muriel?
Meryl especially. Her facial expressions are just...
Yes.
Amazing.
Everything just, like, works.
Every expression. Yeah.
Like, this is probably one of the most expressive animes I've seen in a long time. And it just takes such good use of the 3D.
And this is something I wanted to mention, but I forgot when we were talking about Easy Bomber. All his moves and his attacks, and then that wheel thing that you mentioned, that was so cool. That's the kind of thing you just literally will not see in 2D unless it's like a high budget movie, right? You just won't see it, and they can just do it so simply, and they do so much of that. It's really good.
Because that's the other thing, like a lot of like these detailed environments, these crazy camera shots, you can't get that in 2D at all.
Yeah.
And like I said, sure. I'm so salty about Berserk 2016 because I feel like every single person who's like shitting on it, and this is a half joke, half like actual belief, just saw that one anime and it just shaped their entire opinion of this stuff for their entire lives. It's like how it's like the whole dub versus sub debate. Like someone heard like a bad 80s dub, and then all of a sudden like every dub from that moment on is just trash.
Yeah. But I mean, I think it'll change. It's already changing. People are not like, they don't. I mean, because it's changing mostly because the CG's getting better. So you know,
dude, it's getting so much better. Like, okay, the one thing, again, back to our favorite character, Million's knives. Okay, him doing his giant million knife stabby stab was really great. It was very impressive. But the effect of it turning back into a cloak was so bad for me. Oh my god. Like,
fair.
They should have just hand drawn, like, the morphing effect. The fact that they just did, like, a simple transparency toggle disappointed me so much.
Like, this motherfucker. I have to go back and look at that.
I was watching it on a very tiny screen for like that episode specifically. Like it was on my phone. But okay, I watched the other two.
I have half a mind to just not take your opinions on anime at all, honestly, because you watch on your phone. Like, why?
I watched the other two on my computer. Okay, but
I'll have you know I watched this on my TV, sir.
Wow. That's how it should be done.
Yeah.
Okay.
A 14-inch screen minimum.
Damn right.
Speaking of art, because you guys mentioned last time about the backgrounds, and I can't stop fucking noticing it. They were definitely like, we modeled out this town, and we're gonna fucking use it. the most we can. Also, like, it's good. I'm glad that this story takes place in a desert environment because that means we don't have to model jack shit. Although the worm thing, I like episode 4 a lot better than 3. Like,
me too.
There's like a sudden
opposite for me.
Fucking that goes way down and it goes like right back up to like how it normally is. But oh my god,
dude, the fact I just love. Okay, again. Hold on. I need to remember his name. I'm sorry.
The fucking Undertaker.
Yeah, Nicholas D. Wolfwood. That's an awesome name, okay? That is an awesome name. And the fact that he carries around a freaking cross-shaped like railgun that transforms and everything. Oh my god!
Question:
What's up?
How long did it take you to figure out that it was a railgun?
I saw it the minute he was carrying it around. I was like, "That's a gun. That's a motherfucking gun."
Your spidey senses went off.
I'll be honest. I didn't expect it was gonna be. I thought it would just be hitting people with it. I didn't expect it would be like a full-on gun.
That is, yeah.
Which effectiveness of the gun varies depending on what the plot needs, but we'll get to that in episode 5.
Yeah, like no, honestly though, because he 1v1'd the worm. Right?
Yeah.
He 1v1'd the worm. Why didn't he do that from the very start? Why did he have to go
sliced
through all
it in
of that?
half, like in one swipe, like a giant fucking worm.
Listen, if rockets are as expensive as they are, I'm pretty sure laser beams are pretty pricey. And again, it's hard out there for an Undertaker, okay? Most of the people he buries are people he's killed himself, so he can't accept payment, so...
Okay, the argument is, though, he was trying to build up their trust, so the whole situation was, like, planned out. But,
okay.
To be fair, I would trust someone a lot more if they didn't, like, force me to go through the whole worm journey and was just like, oh man, look at this worm! Laser cannon!
Well, they don't know. They don't know that he was, like, intentionally... Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But, here's a question, though. What do you guys think? Do you guys... Like, I feel like they're trying to, like, double fake us out. Like, they're trying to trick us into thinking he's actually bad. Yeah. But I think he's still actually good.
No, of course, he's going to turn good. Like, he's still... The comment that Vash made was like, I see it in your eyes. Like, you know he's going to be good. Okay. Also, he's like he's a skinny, like, fucking...
Pretty boy.
Twink, pretty anime boy. Of course he's going to be good.
Okay, so then, next question then. Do you think then that it's actually bad what they're doing with his character, or like boring? Because if it's that obvious what's going to happen, it's like, what's the point?
I'm okay with it, but I would prefer them to like team up with. Okay, this is going to sound very like fucking lefty of me, but I would prefer them to like vary up the body types. I would have preferred the old man and his son be like side characters instead of like him. I mean, I like him. I really like his intro where he just gets hit by the fucking car. I actually laughed at that, like, out loud.
Yeah, no, I thought that too, because when you look at them as like a main cast, it's pretty like homogenous except for Meryl.
Like Meryl, which is a shame. Like they're all like these sort of like skinny like dudes that are like
way too pretty to be in this environment.
Although I have to say, if there's anyone that I would like not have in the crew, it definitely would not be Wolfhard. Like, he has to be there for sure. I would remove Vash before I remove Wolfhard.
Yeah.
I say have a super bloated cast, and every villain of the week they meet joins them.
I hope that doesn't happen. I hope it stops
to where they have a giant caravan of like people.
I think maybe.
Matt, I'm just going to say this right here and right now. You would like Harem series, and I'm mad you brought this, you like made this point.
Yeah, I think maybe so that was episode 4, and then we might get one more person added, possibly, but I think this is going to pretty much be it, and we're probably going to move into like, I hope we're going to move into like, I don't know.
Give me a big beefy dude. Give me a big fucking beefy dude. Okay? Don't give me some fucking no more twinks, all right? Give me a big beefy woman. That fucking works too. Just stop it with these fucking
listen,
I gotta sell figures of this guy, okay? Sorry,
listen, that's so unrealistic. Everyone knows beefy people don't exist in reality. Everyone's skinny. Everyone's a twink, okay?
Or if you're gonna give me like a Twinkie boy, make him look like fucking malnourished and gross looking. Give me like some weirdos, okay? No, stop it with these guys that look like they could be models. Give me some like fucking.
Well, actually, isn't that I'm forgetting his name. The other journalist guy,
Roberto.
Oh yeah,
he's like got the hot dad thing going on. Okay? He's like the hot mentor in every anime. Okay.
Listen, I'm tired of pretty people. I want more ugly people. Like,
he doesn't even have a dad bod, unless he does have a dad bod and they just haven't showed it yet. Okay.
Like, I want more people like the Frankenstein monster characters. Everyone knows they were best boys.
I wanted the old man to stay. I liked his goofy little like expressions and stuff. I wanted him to be on the crew, but no.
Mm-hmm. I had no idea you were prejudiced towards pretty people. That is clearly our biggest social issue.
That's my anime villain motivation. I want to kill all the pretty people. It'd be a better motivation than whatever the fuck Knives is doing.
You want to know something really funny? Yeah. In a spinoff, that's literally the reverse motivation of one of the villains from the Death Note creators manga. Like, we look like one show called Platinum End. The main villain's like motivation is he wants to kill all the ugly poor people and enslave all the pretty poor people.
You know what? Sure, that's like at least so fucking ridiculous that it's fun. And unless they can treat it completely seriously, which I don't know how you even do that. Like,
no, they nailed it so hard. That's why I'm so pissed at him, because like you can do these really like ridiculously stupid ass villains, but just don't pretend like they're so majestic and so deep and so epic.
Speaking of shitty villains, in episode 3, I completely almost forgot. I'm glad I wrote down notes. The weird giant robot thing, the fucking old scientist like Heisenberg guy, and the weird girl who's like, I don't even know what's going on with her. They just like pop up in that episode, take the thing and leave. Like, what a lame introduction to those characters, and it just made me something happens in episode 5 that makes me like even more annoyed with them. But like, I don't know, I don't like them. Get them out of my show. Bring back more weirdos. Thank you.
I swear to God, I was gonna say, like, all of the villain of the week villains are way better than like the long term. Oh, you'll see them soon.
God, I wish we could talk about episode 5 because I like that villain way better than all of these guys.
Yeah, but like, that's I know why you're saying that. I totally agree. And yeah, it goes back to what I was saying. Like, it's just they're trying. I feel like this is what I think. I feel like they're trying to build tension towards the end. You know what I think? It's like, I get the feeling it's almost like, you know how Attack on Titan, the whole story is like building and building and building, trying to figure out this thing, right? Like, mystery, building up to this thing. I feel like this could be that if like I said, if if Knives just wasn't, so weird.
The problem is, like, they aren't faceless villains. Like, they have such wildly established characters that it's hard to really project or like theorize what they're doing. Like, it definitely just feels so, humanity is evil. We need to reset the world and get humanity on the right path and everything.
Do we know why he wants to do what he's doing yet? I could have missed it, but I'm pretty sure we don't, right?
I don't
know.
He says some like random BS in that episode where he's like, "Wait, does that period be?" And like, shut up, dumb kid. I'll bully. I'd fucking shove him in the laundry.
I'll bully you.
Yeah. Fuck his Knives. What are you gonna fucking do when I fucking sock you in the face? You're child, dumbass. Sorry, I hate him.
Million knives, more like million bitch.
Also, I hate it when fucking children do the evil kid laugh thing. I hate it so much.
Like, I don't like.
I almost hated the bug girl. Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, like, I'm against child abuse unless it's one of those children.
Yeah.
Because it feels like it's not abuse, it's just discipline.
I'm starting to even wonder if they hadn't shown us him as a kid trying to be, tough, if he would actually have been much
Baby's
more
first genocide.
I don't know.
I think so. I think so immensely. Because, like, that episode set him, like, that flashback set him up as a hyper one-dimensional psychopath. If you just, like, had them crash and we didn't see him and we just built up the anticipation of, like, oh wow, what happened to his brother? Why'd the ship go down? All that kind of stuff. It would have been so much better.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this? What if the brother was like perceived as a very charismatic and generous like person or something, and was like working in tandem with like whatever fucking is the status quo power structure in this world. And people loved him, and then he gets to blame all of his like crimes on what he like convinces everybody else is his evil brother Vosh or something. Like, I don't know, is it something like that's like a bit like better than just something that's like a bit more to where it's like,
can you imagine like him being at like a press conference and it's like, oh yes, so it turns out so we just got word from Mr. Million Knives that his brother stabbed an entire army, an entire nation with a million
knives in this scenario. Yeah, my brother, the Typhoon, stabbed a bunch of people. What weird.
Yeah, he like like my brother, the Stampede, or like the Human Typhoon. He just stabbing this mountain like a million times. It's super crazy. I'm so like pro like knife control. This is why we need better knife
control.
Like
that's
regulation.
why it's called Million Knives, because he has knife control. So everyone's resorted to guns because they're not allowed to use melee weapons.
He stole all the knives. Think about it. Hey, like, when was the first time you saw a person with a knife in this universe?
Honestly, this show needs to be a little bit goofier.
Yeah. Like, this show can't... It feels like it can't decide whether it wants to be a JoJo's or, like, this... It can't decide if it wants to be, like, Peacemaker or Dune, kind of.
That's the thing. Like, Peacemaker has a ton of very serious moments that are executed very well. Because, like, I don't have time to get into, like, why. But, like...
Or, like, less Peacemaker, more James... Like, a James Gunn film versus, like, a creator of the Dune film.
Well, James Gunn knows when to... Like, how to write those villains, like, way better than whatever the fuck Million Knives is. I could be wrong, and maybe he's just amazing later on. But from what they've given us, he's really boring and kind of brings down the show, considering he's our main antagonist.
I hate that. I hate the excuse that, like, don't worry, it gets better. Like, no, it doesn't. Like, this is my first impression of him. This would have to do, like, some incredibly god-tier writing to, like, reverse my opinion of this character.
I don't think so. I don't think they need god tier writing. I think they just need a backstory ASAP. But the thing is, they're gonna wait.
Well, here's the thing: you can make him a entertaining villain to watch and not annoying to watch, and then like later on be like, oh, he was a super entertaining villain, but there's like a lot more going on there, kind of like a fucking Zuko sort of thing, where he's like a fun villain to watch, but like his motivations flesh him out a lot more.
Right.
Especially as we get to like know him more and get like more from his perspective, like they could do that with villains. Like, it's just you have to give us some reason to like them first.
Yeah. Like, what more reason do you want? He has a million knives. How many knives do you have?
You're like his number one spokesperson.
But a million knives, though.
You're like you run the Million Knives radio station on that planet. So do you guys have any overall thoughts on 3 and 4?
I think I might have another.
How do you feel about the villain for episode 4?
She was fine. She? He? I don't know.
Them?
Them. Yeah, them. That's a good... Okay, them. They were fine. I was about to hate them until I was like, oh, that bug mask is pretty cool, though.
It was hilarious because as soon as I saw that character, I was like, she did it. She did it.
I should have known. I should have known. For some reason, I didn't catch on to it.
No, near the moment it was, I saw her nail polish, and I was like, okay, that's the main character thing. She's in disguise. She's doing all this bullshit.
You're right. That's true. She definitely has a main character design. That's very true.
Yeah, that would be terrible in this like reality. Like, someone just shows up with like nail polish and I shoot them.
Oh, in episode 4, I loved the random guys in the desert that were just like commenting on stuff that happens.
Oh yeah.
Or I love when when he cuts it in half, they just start like clapping.
Intrusive thoughts. That's who they are.
Oh my god, I love the idea of that character just like randomly murder two people and just decide to like wait in that closet for people to show up. I really want to know like how long she was like waiting in there.
Out in the heat. Well, I guess fucking Wormwood, or the hell his name is, would have
Wolfwood.
Like, since they're working together, like would have let them know. Yeah.
Also, I would have loved like. I kind of wish more anime would be a little bit more subversive sometimes. Like, I love the whole scene where he just gets hit by the car. I would have loved, like, I love the character, but I would love it if that happened in a show and it actually killed the character.
Like, he got hit on purpose. I just realized that.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah.
Like, there's a scene from like No More Heroes where like they keep building up this villain and building up this villain, only for him to like make his entrance and get hit by like a bus and stuff. And like I was just like, that would have been so much entertaining. That would have been so entertaining. But I'm happy we got Wolfwood.
Also, wait a minute. Do we know why he wants to? Do we know what he wants? He wants to assassinate Vash, or capture him?
Because
maybe?
evil.
No.
Because evil.
Oh well.
Okay.
I just want to know what he wants. What
in episode 5 we learn a bit more. I don't know if we should talk about it right now, but
okay, maybe
if you remember, like, there's a
I think I'm forgetting. Yeah, I'll just go back and look at it. But all right, okay. yeah, okay, because that is that's kind of important because like if his goal is to kill Vash, I mean he could do it at any time in his sleep, you know. But
yeah,
right.
Could have killed him in the war.
Before we get to final thoughts, I think this show needs to like slow down like a bit.
Agree.
I think there needs to be more like character. It's like action, and like a lot of anime is. And I mean, D, like you probably this is completely going against your fucking philosophy when it comes to making stuff, but like give us some more character. I really like my favorite parts of the stuff were like Meryl, the old dude, and Vosh are doing some like funny character thing. Like when he's telling that like horror story. Did that happen? Whatever. And it's like I wish that we were able to relax a little bit more, get to see these characters more used to each other, because like honestly right now it just kind of feels like they're dragging Vash around. Vash, whatever. They're dragging him around, and like you said, he's very reactionary. Would it be cooler if we get to see them grow more as like friends or something?
That's why I'm saying like I wish there was like 1 or 2 more episodes, because when they just destroyed that village, I'm not gonna lie, I really didn't feel anything.
No,
I didn't really care about anyone there. Like, we established that they stabbed Vosh in the back as soon as they did, so I wasn't like feeling too sympathetic about them losing everything. And I feel like if we had more time, just like get to know these characters, and this whole like destroying the city was like the mid-season thing, that would have been way more impactful.
That dumb kid deserved it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even have a problem with the pace or anything like that. I think everything is actually quite fine. I just want a backstory for Knives. Really, I honestly feel like that would fix everything for me. It would just like make everything just good.
It would definitely make everything a lot better. Like I'm starting to get into like nitpicky territory, but you know.
Yeah. There was something else I wanted to say, but I can't remember. Do you guys have anything? Any other stuff?
I'm good. What are you guys' final ratings?
We're gonna jump to the ratings. Okay.
3 and 4. Okay. The thing is, 4 was like really a boring episode for me. It almost felt like a filler episode. Literally until Wolfwood pulled out that gun, like at the very end.
I was so hyped though,
yeah. But I think I would say overall 3 and 4. I would give it a 7.
Yeah, I would give it a 7.5 because I think a lot of the character stuff, minus Knives, was entertaining. I think a lot of the action set pieces were really fun, but I think the villain and the feeling of directionlessness of the current plot kind of brings it down for me.
Yeah, I can see that.
I really, despite like the ratings I give it, I think this show is really good, and like I hope more shows like this get made. That being said, like if I'm mostly gonna like rate it based on like how the story's doing, it has a lot of like fucking unfortunate holes here and there. 3 really sucked. I really didn't like 3. I was upset by 3 to the point where I was like, couldn't really even like excuse the. I was like seeing the really awesome visuals, and I was getting madder because I was like, why is this dumb thing with such a beautiful looking? I hate that like you're making these things that are like I'm like my brain's like, ooh, that looks cool, ooh, that sounds cool, oh, but then like you have this fucking stupid character. Ugh, I just
You would love Demon Slayer so freaking much.
Are you saying that ironically? I feel you're saying that ironically.
Yes.
Episode 3 gets like a 3 or 4. Honestly, I didn't like it at all, and it like, God, stop. Episode 4 is like more on par with the rest of the episodes, so I'd give it like a 7.
Oh my god, that like you rated episode 3 lower than all of your other Bleach ratings.
I
Dear
know.
God.
Well, to be fair, nothing can reach the same kind of highs as Bleach that I've ever watched.
I
Can we
think
not
I'm
talk?
actually Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. No. That's pretty much. Yeah, I mean, I think 3 was a major downgrade, and as soon as I saw the fucking guy get hit by a car, my mood went back up.
I think I'm actually gonna...
You're imagining it being knives.
I'm gonna change my score actually to a 6 because, yeah, I would give episode 4 like a 4, and then I would give episode 3 like a 7. So I'm gonna say like a.
Oh, really?
I'm guessing you have it reversed.
Episode 4 is a 5. Episode 3 is a 7. So 6. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still think you have them reversed.
By the way, 5's really good. I can't.
No, I can't
review
5,
bad. But
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah,
I was projecting.
Yeah, I didn't like 4. I thought 4 was like pretty boring up until the end.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but okay, I will say though, based on episode 5, if the rest of the show like starts building and like is more like episode 5, I still have a lot of hope for it, story wise, because episode 5 is like I feel like it's a good turning point, or at least it's something new in a better way, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll talk about that more next week.
Yep.
All right, so yeah, that has been our review of episodes 3 and 4 of Trigun. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.